but it relates to the requirements for drilling operations, additional requirements for drilling operations.
Yeah, 04 is the proper one. So the amendment, and that is in your folders. So the gentlelady from Massachusetts is recognized for 5 minutes on her amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe that following the BP oil spill, which was the worst environmental disaster in our history, this committee has a responsibility to the American people to make sure that offshore oil and gas drilling is occurring safely and responsibly. Since BP's blown-out well was finally capped, Congress has not enacted any meaningful legislative reform. The time has come to implement additional safety reforms. We have heard from the independent BP Spill Commission. We have heard from the government's Joint Investigation Team, and those reports reached similar conclusions that the BP disaster was preventable, not inevitable. Those reports concluded that corners were cut, bad decisions were made, and that stronger safety standards could have helped prevent this disaster. In order to move forward with safe and responsible drilling, we must learn lessons from the Deepwater Horizon disaster and not simply repeat our same mistakes. The amendment that I am offering is simple. My amendment would simply elevate specific safety requirements as part of any new oil and gas drilling. This amendment would explicitly require in law that drilling operations meet additional requirements for third-party certification for blowout preventers and well control, subsea testing of blowout preventers, and procedures to minimize the risk of explosions like the one that caused the Deepwater Horizon disaster. There is much more that remains to be done to make sure that offshore drilling is happening at the highest possible level of safety, but these are a few common sense reforms that we should be requiring. The United States should have the safest offshore drilling operations in the world. I know we can do it, and this amendment would help make sure that this is the case. We simply cannot allow drilling to take place in our public waterways without companies clearly demonstrating their ability to prevent the types of malfunctions that led directly to the Deepwater Horizon blowout. This amendment would incorporate the lessons learned from the BP spill and improve the safety of offshore drilling. I urge my colleagues to support this common sense amendment.
Gentlelady yields back her time. The gentleman from Colorado.